Hello everybody, welcome to Rewrite Your Reality with Reese. I am your host, and on today's video, parting the Red Sea of circumstances to your dream life. You see, yesterday there were three very powerful experiences of reality that three followers reached out with on the very same day, remembering I am who I am who I say I am, and feeling the opposite of whatever they were wanted to experience. So sometimes reality shows you the opposite of what you desire, but remember, you are reality. So one of the people was experiencing quite dire circumstances, another was experiencing specific person circumstances and some involvement of death, and another person was experiencing the opposites, but in terms of evidence showing them their wish fulfilled. And our reality might seem a little chaotic, but nothing is a punishment, nothing is a test, and there's nothing to fix. It's always your story unfolding, revealing what you already are. And I like these three stories because it shows you that there's no moment too big or too small that can really emotionally move you. Because you'd be surprised that the bigger looking circumstances you would think have a greater emotional reaction to, and the smaller ones like the tarot cards seemingly would have a less emotional reaction to, but none of that's true because it's all your own awareness. Now, the story of loss, the first one. Subscriber was manifesting marriage and a baby, so a family. She felt it really close. I believe she was pregnant in the story that she laid out. Then she lost the baby. Her partner was supportive before withdrawing from her. Something about jealousy and doubt and fear, and she said she was feeling the jealousy, doubt and fear herself for a couple of weeks, identifying with this experiencing of this story. But here's the thing, she didn't consciously create this idea. There's no blame here to her experiencing this story. Reality is everyone's point of view experiencing it. So everyone in that scene was experiencing their part and their version of that story. She just happens to be the conscious person who has reached out to me. Now, there's nothing to do with the circumstances. And the circumstances, in fact, reminded me of Job. Because she wasn't trying to fix anything when she reached out. She wanted to know what she must do from here. But this is not her desired reality. This is not a preference of reality. Her desire is marriage and a baby. Now, as Job said, naked I come from my mother's womb, and naked I will depart. The Lord gave and the Lord taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised. You see, it's not a test and it's not failure. It's recognition that no matter what I have or don't have, it's all already given to me. My experiencing of don't having or not having was given to me already. I came here with that. My experiencing of having was given to me. I have it. I came here with that. And when I say I came here, I mean in every moment you are experiencing your physical self, you are projecting your physical self. You are here in the physical knowing that you are the awareness that has everything. So no test, no failure. No matter what happens in your life, no matter what experiencing you have, it was only ever one identity. It's a plot of your overarching story of awareness, revealing more of yourself. The opposites are nothing more than experiences so you can allow and experience the full range of who and what you say you are. I am that version of myself that's married, infinitely. I am that version of myself that has a baby, infinitely. You are every single story, you are every outcome, you are every circumstance as awareness. Because awareness is basically an infinite library of already written scripts or books. Whatever you experienced was on a singular page, in a singular book, in a singular paragraph. It only exists there on those pages. It might not be your preferred experience, definitely, but it is an experience within the source. You need only realize yourself as the library of all that is and as awareness, consciously move to another version of a book by imagining and assuming your story, telling a new story, and that's you choosing another story. You are always experiencing your choice of story. Not saying these objective 3D forms that I believe are objective 3D forms, but are just subjective experiences, are true reality. It's an experience of reality. True reality is you realizing that you are all of these stories all at once, right here and right now, and you have the divine right to choose from all that you are. Then the second story was another person with a specific person experiencing this idea of, I keep trying and failing to manifest my specific person. And I asked, what does manifesting a specific person look to you? Because she keeps saying that she keeps seeing the opposite of whatever she wants. And this, I happened to ask her, what does that mean? What does seeing the opposite and what does manifesting mean? And she said, okay, I am declaring it's done. I am declaring that it's already reconciled. I am declaring that it's fixed. I am declaring that it's this. I'm declaring that it is that. I'm declaring that he is already with me. Perfectly fine declarations, they exist. But here's the thing. There's no reconciliation. That's just another story. Reconciliation means something is still broken. Reconciliation means you are fundamentally agreeing that there's a reality where you and this person have had your differences and that's your reality and you want to fix that. You can't fix it. The fix of experience is actually just the shifting and rearranging of reality into your desired reality, if that's how it looks like. Sometimes it just doesn't even do it, it just skips it altogether. Both exist, both don't matter because you are the awareness behind it. And then the opposite, which is what she was referring to, was she kept checking or keeps checking tarot cards, expecting the cards to show her her desired reality is done. But because they keep showing distance, or however that looks, I'm not entirely sure how tarot works in terms of the cards. It doesn't really matter. But the cards are showing the opposite. Now here's the thing. That's just checking what you are already assuming that it's going to be looking like, or what you are hoping that it looks like. Because if you're hoping that it looks like, you're still believing in the idea that's real to you, that's you're not in a relationship, that you still need to fix it. You're still checking the 3D circumstances to show you something that it can't. It's not a fortune teller. There's no such thing as fortune telling. There's no such thing as a fortune teller telling you a future that you are going to be experiencing. There's no future, there's no past, it's all now. So whether you are imagining the cards flipping in your direction or another direction, that image exists here and right now. It can't tell you what's going to happen tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. You can't tell you what happened yesterday. There isn't yesterday. It's always changing. It can only tell you that a physical version of you is doing this, experiencing this. And that's exactly what you are experiencing. So why would it tell you anything else? If you were to, and I said this in a previous video, be looking at a red wall, at my red shirt, this red pen, and I were to detect what my mind was creating the experiencing of, it would say you are looking at a red pen and you are wearing a red shirt. Yes, it's not going to tell me anything else. It can't tell me that what I'm imagining myself wearing a black shirt, that I'm wearing a black shirt. It has no idea. But if I imagine myself wearing said black shirt and I imagine this machine saying I'm wearing a black shirt, that's reality happening right now within my awareness. It doesn't matter if this machine here in my immediate physical experiencing of reality says red still. It should. I'm wearing a red shirt. It makes no difference to who I know myself as, who I assume is unfolding as my physical reality. So the cards mean nothing. They are happening within your own awareness. You are creating the outcome of the cards here and now before you check them. And it's not about trying to create the outcome of the cards where they're in your favor. The cards aren't your desire. The cards mean nothing. The cards literally mean nothing. Whether they show you what you want to know, you're still going to doubt it later, and then they'll show you that again, and then you'll just be in this forever ending flipping like the cards themselves. You are the tarot cards. You are the story. You are the unfolding. So you can stop looking for proof and you can start being the proof realizing every page you read is nothing more than a reflection of you being the library of all that you can read. You are infinity. What is your story? And now, this is what it looks like. You have these infinite books just there within you. Some have no interest to you whatsoever. None. They're just there. They are there. You can be an office worker in your imagination. Some of you are office workers. But something else that you were previously doing is just no longer a book that you want to read. You put it down to become who you are experiencing yourself. And now, when you're focusing on that heartbreak, that heart not being fulfilled, you just picked up that book and you started reading it. And then your circumstances are the words on the pages of this book that you are reading, and you think, well, that's my story now. How do I change it? You changed into it. You can change out of it by knowing where it came from, which is from you as source, as awareness. So be aware of another story. And that's this other idea, the rules and regulations. So I am following the rules of manifestation. I am affirming it. I am following the rules of manifestation. I am checking the tarot cards because tarot can tell my future. No, it can't. Tarot can only output what you as awareness are outputting in that frame of reality. So, but I want it to output that it's done. It's not going to output that it's done. The more you keep checking to see if it's done, thereby creating the output of it not being done, because you keep checking it to see if it's done. You are living a self-proclaimed prophecy, putting power into cards that have none. Cards do not have power. I can make a video of saying your desired reality is done. That video would have no power in your reality. This video has no power. It's only pointing you back to what the power is. You as the creator and reader and experiencing of all books of yourself. So when you move from knowing yourself as a singular book on the pages into this knowing that I am the infinite library of myself, then you start reading that I am the light giver, and I am the person experiencing the light. I am the light giver and receiver, and I am the one experiencing my own light. It's the only way I can experience light. If you were a light bulb, the one thing a light bulb can't actually do is experience its own light. So what would you do if you were a light bulb? You would create things from yourself that was not a light bulb, but required light. And if it required light, it means it must be in the dark at some point and required the light. So when it required the light and the light came on, those things in infinite forms would experience the light. And when that experience was done, the light would know what it is being as light. It could experience itself as light. That's what God is doing in infinite ways. You are that God doing your part in an infinite number of ways, experiencing yourself as the light. The third story, which was stunning, the story of a literal flood, and it honestly reminded me as reading it of Moses and of Job, because it's a combination of that. There's no higher being here. There's a woman, a follower, I believe she's from the Philippines, being a long-time follower from the group, so thank you very much for always being here, even reaching out while this was all happening. You still reach out to tell me this beautiful story, so thank you, bottom of my heart. A woman in the Philippines escaped a massive flood that seemingly washed away a large amount, if not most, of the city that she was living in. She literally escaped the flood with only what she was wearing, lost everything. This is to me yesterday. So while whatever's going on in everywhere and everyone's part of the experiencing of life, this is also going on because it's all happening now. See, this is happening now. When you're imagining the story, it's happening now. But it's not about you trying to recreate it and prevent it. It's just know it's happening within your awareness. Her cats survived. One of her dogs swam to her. The house was gone. A neighbor helped her to the roof, where I'm assuming that she was either airlifted or took a boat or something like that. I can imagine that she was frustrated. I can imagine that she was crazy about whatever was going on. I can imagine that she was angry. I can imagine that she was upset. But to her message to me, there was no complaining. She ended this message explaining what happened, saying, finally got a phone to talk to you. And she just said at the very end, I just keep saying thank you no matter what. What is that? I just keep saying thank you no matter what. My house was flooded and gone. I only have the shirt on my back. And I just keep saying thank you no matter what. And I mean, if that's not stunning, I don't know what is. Just like Job, who sat there and prostrated himself to God saying, thank you, Father. Just like Moses, who walked away from the plagues, taking away Egypt, like the Israelites leaving Egypt, all their worldly possessions quite literally left behind. And the dog and the cat are consciousnesses are coming with you. The flood didn't deliver her somewhere new. It revealed that she was and is and has always been the creator of all things. That's why she's saying thank you. So all the opposites, all the loss, all the fear, all the destruction are just polarity in the unfolding of you losing everything that you consider a worldly possession because you no longer consider it a worldly possession. They are part of the story showing you all of you. There is no 3D transformation. There is no need for deliverance. You're not going anywhere. The flood, the terror, the loss, they're not changing who you are. They are revealing what you already are. The library and the awareness of infinity itself. All of you is here. Every page is here. Turn the page and keep being the library. And here's the thing. If you can experience yourself in a flood of water, losing everything, you are also the polarizing experience of a flood of abundance, having everything that you could possibly desire right here and right now. And here's this library that I had this idea of. You see all of those frames, the loss, the flood, the tarot cards, mimicked in polarity to being married happily, to be floundering in the ocean, to be jumping into the arms of a specific person, or catching them, whichever side you fall on. All of that's happening in the awareness screen of knowing. We consider reality what we only experience in the 3D screen of what's going on. But that's just awareness focusing on the physical screen of itself, believing it to be the only reality. It's only one moment. The 3D physical is literally one moment. Yes, it's the unfolding of sequences and of a specific experiencing, but it's always a changing moment of experiencing. There's no past and no present to that 3D frame. It looks like there is, but there isn't. None of those frames have a specific past that leads to it, but they're all frames of reality. They all have their own experiencing and their own past and future, but at no point is your experiencing an actual past or a future of it. And that's a bit weird. You can imagine that if you're reading a book halfway, you know that the book has a past and a future, but you as the reader, remember yourself knowing that I used to be reading that book, now I've changed it halfway. So your experiencing of a story, the story may have a past and a future, but you as awareness don't. You just are remembering more of who you are, that you always were, but the order of what you are reading doesn't matter. Then you know yourself as this imaginational screen. Focusing on the imaginational screen rearranges all of reality and what you were reading. That's what it's for. That's what it's doing. It's always doing that. Even when you are focusing on a 3D screen, it becomes, and not really becomes, but it's when you're focusing on a 3D screen, what you are doing as awareness is imagining that these are my circumstances. So you are continuously recreating it because it is your imaginational screen as well. It's one idea, one awareness. An awareness creating it all from what you are choosing to be aware of. So if you're choosing a 3D screen to be aware of, that's what's going to be created. But if you are knowing that, hey, my 3D screen is only one part of my own awareness. It might be my awareness creating the entirety of it, but I'm going to relax myself in my 3D world consciously. And this is already the beginning of you knowing your reality that you desire. before you even say it. I will hear them before they start speaking, and while their desire is on their lips, I will continue hearing them. When you move your inner consciousness, your own awareness, to that inner screen, that 3D screen is still unfolding as well, but it's all unfolding in the same awareness. So you've moved your own awareness to be more aware of what it is you desire your physical reality to contain and to be, rearranging the entirety of it. And because you are now aware of that, your 3D screen is also simultaneously changing. So you are sitting there imagining, and what you are imagining is changing all at once, because it's coming from the same source as awareness. And I am your host, Reese. Thank you all for being here. Much love, much light. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for reaching out with this, because that last one wasn't even a question. She just wanted to share that. And that's all. It wasn't even a question. So thank you for the questions. Thank you for sharing infinitely. If you have things like that to share, please do. I love it. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for liking. Thank you for joining. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for joining the TikTok page. Thank you for joining the Instagram page. Thank you for the emails, and thank you for the joining on the Facebook page. And just thank you for being here all together. Much love, much light, and I will see you all in the next one.